This is Christoph Yalik.
This is Just Janet.
And this is K. Colley.
And this is
the Just Nuggets Podcast.
Welcome back to the Just Nuggets Podcast. As you can hear in my voice, the Nuggets are down 3-1. I did say we were going to win in 5, but looks like Timberwolves have a better chance of getting that done. Anyways, from the Just Nuggets Podcast, my name is K. Colley.
Yes, K.
Jace, how you doing? Just Janet, how you doing?
Good. I mean, we're going to talk about the not so good, but I'm fine. And I was going to say, don't start us. We don't want to start off melancholy. We're going to analyze this. We're going to try to figure out what the heck is going on, and we're going to make our opinions be known right now today on this pod. How you doing, Chris?
Jays. I mean, if you listen to the last couple podcasts, I already crashed out, so this is not going to be a crash out episode. It's that already occurred after game 2.
It occurred after game 2.
I feel like everybody in Nuggets had to crash out these last 2 games. Either it was game 3 crash out. You had yours early. You had a game 2 crash out.
Because I seen it was on the wall, brother. It was on the wall.
I feel like my crash out was game 3, but we didn't get on the podcast, so it is what it is. I just think in the game 3 specifically, we came out super flat in a game that you thought they were going to come, excited for. Now, granted, teams do, when you go on the road and when they come home, players play better. You saw that last night with DeSumo killing us, just playing at home, feeding off the energy off the crowd, dapping everybody up. So you do get those special type of games when you play at home. I just thought the Nuggets would take that game in game 3 and for us to be basically out of the game in the first quarter, because we scored 11 points, they scored 25 points, and that was basically the sum of the game. The game was over by halftime just from the energy level of the Nuggets.
And just to catch up, this is Sunday, April 26th, and we have played 4 games. Yep. So you hear us talking about game 2 and game 3. We're going to talk in depth about game 4, but game 1. The reason why we sound this way, game 1, we did well. We won the game. I mean, I thought we played well. And then game 2 came along. We played the first, half decent. We were up.
Actually, we played the first quarter good. In game 2.
Okay, first quarter, we were up.
And then we played the rest of the game.
And the rest of the game, they came back and we lost that. And that's when we had a pod. And that's how we were talking about Christoph, breaking or, just crashing out then. And then game 3 was away because the first 2 were at home. And then the game 3 was away. And then we lost that. And we'll talk about that a little bit going into game 4. And that's when Dot was, not crashing, but just.
Well, I think a lot of Nuggets fans probably felt that when someone calls you out, especially in a 1-1 series that you guys are the favorite, you're the 3 seed, you expect that them to come back with a level of focus, with a level of aggression, like Christoph was saying, that he was hoping that they would bring. They didn't bring that in game 3. So now you're sitting there going, whoa, this is not the Nuggets I know. Because the Nuggets that I know, whether it be Jamal, whether it be Jokic, whether it be AG, whether it be the next person up, they used to come back from those games and say, hey, we're going to respond. You know what I mean? Especially under Malone. I know we talk about Malone and AD, and I think even this podcast specifically, or DA, my bad, we were a little high on DA in the sense we thought he was going to be a coach that could take what was already there, bring more of an offensive side to it, and get them over the hump again. Because especially how he played in the series last year.
Right.
And then he had a pretty solid regular season based on everything that happened with the injuries.
A lot of injuries and
So to see him come, and Christoph even said in our first playoff podcast, he said even DA looks like a head playoff coach.
Yep.
But from what we've been seeing from this playoffs, that has not occurred. The adjustments that felt like they needed to be made after game 2, especially in game 3, and for sure in game 4, have not shown up in the way that the Nuggets need to win this series.
And Christoph, before we kick it to you, I just want to say that we want something fundamental about playoffs. They will expose your faults because you play that team for, a 7-game series. You could play them 7 games. You could play them 4 games and win it all straight, sweep get out of here, or a gentleman's sweep, you're 5, but you're going to learn that team. And I think they knew the Nuggets. If you had let them say it, and this is Minnesota, they feel like they knew our faults and they exposed them. And what we learned as fans was we really don't quite know our team, not how they play the game of basketball, but their psyche, their emotions, their lack thereof emotions, their fire, that's what's missing. It's that emotional thing you got to do to just suck it up and get her done. And we used to be great at it. That's why we said we don't know this team, because even the team last year, what we just talked about, they lost their coach with few games left in the regular season and made it, into the playoffs and did pretty well with this new coach. And we said, hey, that's that team we know. But this one,
I feel like that team we know, Nuggets, it seemed right after Jokic came back from his hyperextended knee.
Yeah.
That level of Nuggets we know that would turn it on and keep going. Right. For some reason, it just dissipated. And now I don't know if it's quite. It came back in that 12-game winning streak we had right leading into the playoffs. So we thought we were on the right path.
Right.
But it has seemed like that energy, and offensively they've struggled in this series.
Yeah, I not gonna even hold you. I didn't watch game 3 or game 4 because I already knew what time it was. And then awful, awful, awful way to start game 3 after you get punked in the media. Then game 4, I didn't watch it, but like just your energy. This should be 2-2 going back. That's how they should have come at it.
Yeah.
But those 2 games aside, we'll continue to talk about them. But from this point, to your point about not knowing this team, Jays.
Yes.
You would think moving forward, you have a home game here, right? So you would think that some shots start to fall. You'll carry off of the home energy late in the fourth, so you don't have what happened last night where you just kind of just lose it in the fourth and only score like 18 points or whatever it was. The role players should play better. And then the big elephant in the room is they don't have Anthony Edwards for the rest of the series. Not only do they not have Anthony Edwards for the rest of the series, they don't have DiVincenzo for the rest of the series. So what I'm saying is their best player, their alpha dog, their leader is done for the series, and their 6-man is done for the series. If you guys can't possibly beat them without the 2, you guys deserve to be in Cancun. And we were talking about the fire late in the final seconds of the game. The same dude who disrespected you after game 2 off the court was disrespecting you on the court after game 4, and Jokic ran over there, got into his face, and there was a little scuffle. Whole teams, both of the benches cleared, and they kind of had their little tussle out. I saw Bones was in there, Julius Randle was in there, so was Bruce Brown is in the middle of it.
The middle of it.
Yeah. So
the dog in the middle.
Maybe the fight is there. I don't know. I don't think. But maybe the fight is there. Maybe that was the wake up. Maybe it was Nicola's doing that for them to wake up. Maybe there's something in it. That's the push, and you don't have the players because all you have to do is win the next game. Their season is over if you don't win the next game. Then we'll deal with Minnesota back in Minnesota.
So just no, you can add, I was going to add one thing. So the NBA disciplined for that scuffle in game 4 is Nikola Jokic fined by $50,000 and then Julius Randle was fined $35,000.
Anybody suspended?
They don't miss a game, yeah.
No. Joker and Randall got ejected at the end of that game. It was a minute. It was not a minute. Sorry, it was a 2.3 or something left, and the scuffle occurred.
Yep.
So they are the ones that are getting the penalty, getting hit with the fines.
Yep.
Yeah. But some people, because it wasn't quite over, the game was figuratively over, but it wasn't quite over. People stepped onto the court, and they used to have this big thing about. And I don't know how
Phoenix Suns would be offended still to this day.
Yeah, I don't. Some people got in big trouble for stepping on the court when you weren't on the court when the fight started. If you can't leave the bench, and so, a lot of people from their side, Minnesota side, and a few people from Denver, one of them being AG, But he was walking over there to get the people to come back. We thought they were going to get suspended or miss a game or fined or something, and doesn't look like they will. Right? They'll all
I
be
just
ready to play.
I don't know. It just the
I just
fines
hope
came out first. Maybe there's still things to come,
yeah.
but
I just hope it's woke them up. Like, I don't know. Like, you guys got into a fight. Like, I always pinpoint in game two that Spencer Jones take foul when they would have had a fast break to go up by 21 in the early in the second quarter, would have just, in my opinion, changed the whole now looking back. I thought it changed the complexity of that game, but it definitely has changed the complexity of the series, right? Maybe. Nikola Jokic getting upset, going over there, team camaraderie getting in a fight. Something's got to
you was hoping it would be a
something
Meltdown
open. Yeah, I don't know, but to your point, and Jay's, we were talking about this the other day about not knowing this team, but also at the same time, I've come to your viewpoint on it a little bit. It's hard to know this team because haven't been healthy all season. Like you don't know what to expect because you didn't see them in the trenches. Like even last season, one thing I could always expect with that team is that they weren't going to die easy. Like they
Yeah.
would always, even in December, they were coming back from 10-point games in the fourth.
Mhm.
Down late, like they weren't always great team, but like in February they had some comebacks. March they had some comebacks. So it made sense that they were a hard to kill team. The year before they had the best starting five in basketball. If that five was out there, Nuggets had a chance. And
Yeah.
what happened was no moves were made, none of that, and they just didn't have a bench. And when it was time to have some depth, they burned out because they had been the best starting five all season with no help. So, like at least those teams had character makeup. This team, I don't know their makeup because they don't have an identity to me. And that's hard when we're about to go into May.
They call
At
it
the end of the day,
they haven't meshed, they haven't congealed because they've been so disparate because they've been hurt. They some get back and then they're at this level of getting back, so they're not at full, and then somebody else gets hurt again. And that we're just telling you this so we can kind of get to a point where we will say this is why this team
Jays,
we see the result, but we need to know how they got here. And I
Jays,
think a lot of it was not being able to play together, learn each other, and all of that, like you're saying, because they were hurt a lot of the season and didn't have time to do.
I was going to close excellent point. I was going to say, but yet the table is set for them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, they've come back from 3-1 before. They're missing their best couple players. The sumo, you got to let him turn into Michael Jordan all of a sudden. He played for the
yeah,
Bulls. He wasn't Michael Jordan. Comes to Minnesota now. You're going to
he
let this
turned
dude
into
turn
my,
into Michael
and if
Jordan?
not, he
Like,
turned
come
into
on.
Anthony Edwards.
You know what I mean? Like the table is set for you guys. You guys just had a fight against the dude who talked bad about you. What's gonna change?
If
It's
they,
just like
I'll tell
sorry,
you
last
this
point.
first
I
off.
promise
Yeah, go
this. I
ahead.
promise the last point. I think what Nuggets fans are feeling that everybody you said everyone's crashing out is that we're rooting for a bunch of soft grown men. It's like you guys are getting punked.
Emotionally soft, only because of they haven't congealed, and that's all. That's what I want to keep it there because we don't know the other way that we say that word. What we mean when we say it is they don't have that fire that we know we used to see in this team the way it would have been because it just was. We
Yeah.
had we talked about this. We had dogs on our team back then that were veteran that really wanted to win a world championship when we won it in 23. They really wanted to win a world championship and they were seasoned vets.
Even last year, you had a dog in Russ.
Yeah, we had Russ.
Like, I think as much as Nuggets fans, I think if Russ didn't have that Minnesota Timberwolves game, ironically, he would still be a Nugget. Like fans really in the media, everybody, the team organization, all them, they got so fixated on that bad game by Russ, not all the other great games
Yeah.
that he had. But Russ right now would be huge because A, what do we lack? Another defensive stopper on some of these guys. We lack a ball handler. We lack somebody that can give Jamal 10 minutes of off the less of playing in these games.
And we lost a fiery guy.
We lack a ball, like I said, a ball handler.
Someone with
They're
heart is
they're picking up 92 feet
Yeah,
every time, and the
every
Nuggets
time.
they're starting their half court game at like 14 seconds,
Yeah.
basically on the 16 seconds on the shot clock. They're not getting into any set, and they're only getting they're getting no rebounds. All that matters, and that's what Russ brought. Not to mention being a playmaker and getting Jokic some of his easy buckets of his career.
Right, because he was what?
He was a playmaker.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is this: you lose all those dogs, and you come back this year. The guys that have been the dogs have been your Jamal and your Jokic's
and AG.
And Jokic and AG. And Jokic last night was not great in the fourth. He just was not great in the fourth. He had one time, or it was twice at least, where he got the rebound, tries to throw it up to Mr. I played 25 minutes and scored 0 points, Spencer Jones. Tries to outlet pass it up to him, can't catch it. Then he's like, you know what? That was the second time. The first time, outlet passes up to Christian Brown, it gets tipped. Christian Brown not having a good game and basically not really having a good series either. So you're passing these outlets up to dudes that really are just gonna grab the ball, and once they get up to the thing, just hold it. Like they're not cutting to the hoop, they're not doing anything. So you're wasting the outlet pass anyways, especially when it's in traffic. So I just think Jokic was incredibly, and this is not surprise. I mean, this is surprising. Jokic was incredibly careless with the ball these last couple games in playoff moments. You know what I'm saying? What Jokic is doing with the ball right now is stuff that we would maybe be okay with in the regular season. But usually what Jokic would do in the old playoff series, he would cut off some of those quick outlet passes and blah, 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 and all those things that he would do in the regular season. But he's bringing it to the playoffs and is getting killed.
Well, last time he had four turnovers. The team had 10, but most of Joker's was in the fourth quarter when it ran.
And most of the turnovers were in the second half. The Nuggets had zero. I think they either had 0 or 1 turnover until the third quarter.
Yeah, and then they started.
And then the third quarter is where the Nuggets got killed because, again, those moments, because the thing is, for a fact Jokic is not going to play at the beginning of the fourth. And we were up the whole game, but like with 5 or 6 minutes in the third, we didn't extend the lead, and did we not extend the lead? They took the lead. So they were up 3 going into the fourth. And so when Jokic comes back in, it's like 11 or 12 point game.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Crystal.
And this might be the first time in the history of the pod I've ever said this. Let's be positive here. Let's try to be positive. You can hear a lot of doom and gloom in the Nuggets country, Nuggets arenas, national media, local media, whatever it is, in Serbian and English, however you consume it. The Nuggets win this series. Excuse me, I have a question to both of you guys. The Nuggets will win this series if they do blank.
Win game 5. I'm not even joking. Game 5 is not only is it win or go home, but I think game 5 is at home. You can build some momentum. You can take that momentum. You're going to have to go into the call it the Wolf Den at this point and beat them in game 6. But game 5 is critical to get back on the same page with one another and show each other, hey, we can win a game. Because a lot of times when it comes to playoffs and high tension moments, you just got to feel like, okay, we did something. We achieved something together. We didn't go out 96 to 112. You know what I mean? We actually won a game. So the Nuggets can win game 5. I think that I'll be back on the belief train because I think not having not having Anthony Edwards, not having DiVincenzo, and figuring out how to slow down basically Naz Reid, Julius Randle, and Desumo.
Desumo, yes.
Those are going to be the guys that are going to put up crazy stats. Like as much as we talked about Jalen, I forget his name, McDaniels. He hasn't been the guy killing us. He's been the guy that's getting second chance points, playing good defense. He's been the heart of their team. So I guess my other one would be is to take the life out of Jalen McDaniel. If you can get him to be flustered, which is easy for him, and get him upset, maybe in that game 6, then that'd be another one I'd say.
There's no pest on this team. We don't have a Westbrook.
Remember how we got Jalen McDaniels mad in game 1? If we can get him playing, we can get him like that, the Nuggets have a good chance of winning.
They were. That's when they had their meltdown. Remember they got
their meltdown in game 1.
And Jamal had 16.
Don't get it twisted. That's what I said. We can get these guys to crack.
When they were on the ropes, we let them off the hook. They were down 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let them off the hook.
We get them, if we beat them in game 5 and then they lose game 6, these dudes are gonna crack.
Yeah.
Like, that's where
And
they're gonna crack, I think.
Sorry, Jace, I'll let you answer just one point to that, Kyle. It's like it's gonna start to show at some point that they're missing Ant and DiVincenzo.
We can
It's
only
like the
hope.
Nuggets have to just stay alive long enough, to your
Yep.
point.
Well,
Jace?
couple things. I'll answer. Game 5 will make a difference. Of course, this is the next game. But the reason why I'm saying that is, more importantly, that would be the game we go get sent home, go to Cancun or done with our season. And it is tough to close out a team for the season. If you know, and with especially without your number one player and your backup guy who's a utility, a three-point shot guy who's always on the right thing, getting rebounds and doing the right thing, DiVincenzo. Okay, so here's what I think. It's going to be hard for them. I don't care about the gentleman who got the 40 plus points yesterday. He'll be playing, but hopefully they would have schemed for him to not do that again. Okay. So I think that game 5 is going to be determinative to how we can play our game. We have yet to play our game to me, except for game 1.
So you think you said the same thing as Kyle or Dot? You said Jace. You said the same thing as Dot. You said that if they win game 5, they win the series. I personally think it's a combination of what you're saying, but like getting into the X and O's of it all, they need production from Cam, CB, and AG. Those dudes need to hit shots. They get open looks. They need to be able to create for themselves, and they need to stop playing so timid. Like someone needs to come out there and dunk the ball. Get that stadium going. Have a good fourth quarter. Have good 4 quarters, but specifically a good fourth quarter. Someone just needs to bring in life. It like Strother did in game 6. Like hell, it could be Strother. Like something just give them life. And then like you said, they'll be confident. They'll be like, "Oh, we're going back." They did what they were supposed to do, win at home. And then to Kyle said, then you go into the Wolves den. Then you got to steal one. And if you steal one now, it's Saturday, next Saturday, in a week, we could have a whole different conversation because we're saying like game 7s, anything can happen. And once more, they're not going to be without 2 very vital pieces of their team. I'm like, that's got to be, if we were missing Nicola and AG or not, or and Tim Hardaway, like it's going to start to show at a point.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You would think. You would think.
No, I mean, and I guess the other one I would say, if we're talking about we win if Spencer Jones plays less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, the 25 minutes is crazy, bro. We got, and you know what I would say? As bad as game 3 was, the one shining star in that game was Zeke Naji.
Yes.
And I think because Zeke Naji can,
He's tall.
He's tall and he can rebound and he knows who he's going to defend. Like, it's no secret,
Yeah.
brother, you go guard Julius Randle. You know what I mean? It's like, you know who your assignment is. Like,
Yeah.
they're killing us off these just basic pick and roll. Like,
Yeah.
and we're going, and then Rudy Gobert's picking, and then they're going underneath these. Nuggets are going underneath picks instead of going over them. And 2, I think it might have been Charles Barkley, but he made a good point. When teams used to kill Rudy Gobert and make him look like he wasn't a great defender, it's because they was putting him in pick and roll actions. The Nuggets are not putting him in no pick and roll actions.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put him in some actions that's going to make him move away from the rim because he's not that fast.
I'm a poke up. I said I was gonna be positive, and here we are back to negative. With everything you just sounded like right there, Kyle, sound like a coaching issue.
Oh, let's not into that.
Let me say this to you. You took the words out of my mouth because you said a couple things that coaches kind of manage to me. Who's in the game? Spencer Jones in for what? 25 minutes, 0 points.
Yeah,
And
that's his second or third.
And game 4 is
And you're not really doing anything crazy because Zeke Naji's played with them longer.
And that's what I'm saying.
Give Zeke Naji his minutes. That's a coaching thing.
Exactly. Zeke Naji, y'all mentioned him. And then and what was working for you in the first game. Okay, go back there, look and see what that is. Okay, you were playing your game. Joker was getting the Murray was getting the driving. He got 16 free throw attempts. That was our game. So what was or look at when we went up in the game two when we went up on them at 19 points. How did we get there?
I say I also like Najee because you're gonna have to play Nas Reed. Like the guy that hasn't had his game for them yet is Nas Reed. You don't want Nas Reed hitting some clutch corner three late in the game or going off in game six like Ayo did. All right, what's his name? I always mess up his name.
Yeah, it's
part of it's
Ayo
both. It's a mix of both because he's killing us. So I don't like it. I really don't want to spend too much time. But yeah, he's killing us. Dizumi. He's gonna get his buckets at this point. Like there's no answer for him. So putting Spencer Jones on him is not doing anything. You might as well put Julian Strawther on him because Christoph, I said this to you maybe yesterday or the day before. When you play pickup basketball, at least my mentality is sitting there going like, hey. We're playing at 12. I want to make sure I'm either scoring more points and stopping my defender or the guy I'm guarding. You know what I mean? If I get 5 points and I hold him to 2, no, that's a good plus minus for me, right? Spencer Jones ain't stopping anybody, and he has 25 minutes of basketball being played, and you're not scoring. If you're not stopping anybody, you're not scoring. What the heck are you doing on a basketball court?
Cardio.
So yeah. So Christoph, here's okay. So one is coaching, putting the right players in at the right time. The other one is in game two, I think it was. Don't run the 2 players that are your best players in the ground. They played 40 plus minutes, Jamal and Joker in game two. After they ran it up 19 points and then it started coming down. The other thing, take your darn timeouts. Don't if you got a 19-point game on game 5, you better be, and you see the momentum shift, you better take a timeout, sit them down, get some rest, and give them another chance. And if they can't get it done, clear them and put in your bench because obviously, if you're gonna lose that lead, they can lose it too.
Rely on the crowd's energy. If you guys have nothing else, just rely on the crowd's energy. I don't know. Something's got to give you guys some type of dog tonight.
I think even if they win, they come back and win this series. I think you need to look at other coaching options.
Oh yeah, we can win the championship, and
we're gonna get there. I'm gonna just finish saying why you got to this opinion, okay?
Lord knows the only reason we win this series, like we were gonna lose this series. If we win this series at all, it's because they lost Anthony Edwards and Donte DiVincenzo.
Yeah, and
you don't get brownie points for winning a series that we darn sure was gonna lose.
Yeah, but
that's why I'm saying we gotta look at another coach in our.
And the other thing is, he still has some Malone in him to me. He gets stubborn about wanting to play this small, lineup and not have bigs. First of all, they have 3 bigs. I don't care how you name it. They have 3. They have Gobert, they have Nas Reed, and they have Randall. Okay, and they were built. We say this every time, but it's true. They were built to beat the Nuggets by the ex-GM that is now the GM at Minnesota, Tim Connelly. Okay, so he knew how he wanted it to look. He said, in order to stop Joker, we got to have 3 people who are going to be rebounding and getting in his way and be a blocker at the rim. Okay, what we don't have, and we talked about being exposed earlier in this conversation, we were exposed. But we were exposed in game 2. And if not 2, you didn't see it, you sure saw it in 3. Coaching, right? What should a coach do? We're getting exposed because they're coming downhill and we don't have a rim protector. So you put the small guys ball in there.
You're telling less rim protection?
Less height, and less body.
We're not getting any rebounds either.
No. And you got a whole bench full of people who could come in, and every time somebody drives the basket, you put them in. If nothing else, take the fouls. Just knock them on their butts. If they're coming in the rim, they're going to get on their butts. And you get your 5 fouls and you go and they get their... None of this is being done, okay? And you're saying, why? Why do we know what to do? We've been watching the Nuggets for years, and you've been the coach there as an assistant for years. Why don't you know?
And I mean, this guy did not play well, so I understand why they took him out. But it's like, don't get a... My thing has always been, don't get a backup center for Jokic.
Yes,
then don't play the backup center for Jokic because he does something wrong or this or that. I get it, but it's like I said, I know I've been harping on the same guy, but if Spencer Jones can give you 25 minutes with 0 points and he's still not in the doghouse or nothing else,
Why is it Big Val
Valid
get
choice,
8 minutes of bad basketball and it's the
don't try him
Raptors?
again. And don't try him
And
again.
don't try him again. And mind you, this series is not great for him because Nasri can extend the court for him. And when he comes in, he's not going to be able to guard Nasri. So I would rather play someone like Zeke Naji. I'm just saying. That's like, goodness gracious, Jokic needs some time back. We're not going to have AG playing whatever he played. AG, I mean, hats off to him. He played some great minutes on a bad leg. He played 23 minutes.
I wish he hadn't. I just wish that he had rested. Maybe we can use him if we get there to the next series because that calf injury. Now that I saw DiVincenzo go down with the Achilles, the calf injuries lead to saw with Kevin Durant. You saw with all these people. It leads to just too much wear and tear on that leg. And so I wish we had not played AG because we didn't get the result. We didn't get the result we wanted. I'm
Now
sorry.
he's got a calf. Now he's got a calf injury.
He's had
He's
it.
had it. That
Oh,
was
I thought it was his. I thought it was a hammy.
I think it's all of it.
I think it's the whole
Yeah, he's
leg
okay.
thing.
He's just hurt.
Yeah.
No, I have two words for to bookend that. Looking into the off season for the Nuggets Nation, specifically Ben Tenzer and John Wallace, Micah Nori. Micah Nori. That's who I want to be the next coach of the Denver Nuggets.
What about
Yeah.
Steve Kerr?
Steve Kerr, whatever. Micah Nori. He's the lead assistant for Minnesota. He also was on Mike Malone's staff in Sacramento for 2 seasons, and then where he followed Mike Malone to Denver. He was on Denver staff the season they drafted Nikola as well as Jamal. He was a Nuggets assistant from 2015 to 2018. So he's
So you're
familiar.
saying that
And here's another one you missed. And he help us beat Timberwolves because he's the.
well, that's what the thing. Are you
And
saying
then he
that
would bring some of that energy over. So moral of the story is that's who I want. I'm done. That's who I would love. I would love for the Nuggets to hire him as the head coach. I'm done with it.
you're
I
saying
said he was
that
a good. I said he
Minnesota
was a
is
good.
Denver East? That's what you're
Yeah,
saying. All the
I said
and
he was.
Conley and all the coaches.
Oh, our crossover is crazy. There's so many crossovers.
I said I thought DA was gonna be a good playoff coach. I've soured on him pretty quickly, to be honest with you. It's just he doesn't command the room. He doesn't seem like the.
He's a good assistant coach.
He's not the leader that you want in that role.
He's a good assistant coach. He knows X's and O's.
He definitely knows X's and O's, but they're not using
the
them
thing
at
about
moment.
basketball is more than that, right? It's like game flow, it's management, it's motivation, it's all that makes it.
You gotta be somebody wants to play for too. I just don't think the respect is there either.
I think that is.
I think it's respect. It's a different type of respect. It's a respect as they like him as a person. It's not a respect in the sense of what Chris is asking. Like they're like they had to run through a wall for him because of everything Chris is. We're talking about two different types of respects.
Yeah, I think they supported and lifted him up during the postseason last year. Like, let's go do this. DA's da 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 da.
I think he should have offered him a chance.
You had to give him a chance. You had to give him a chance because he did such a great job. We've now seen it. He weathered through the season, and you could say that the injuries were an issue. But now we're back in the playoffs. And you're getting coached in circles. And Chris Finch, good coach, no doubt. It ain't Greg Popovich.
No.
It's not even Steve Kerr you're up against.
And the reason why we're saying
circles. So heaven forbid when we get to that point, Mark Dagnall is gonna lap you in circles.
And here's another one, Chris. You had a week to prep for Minnesota. You had a week to prep.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna keep on this train. The reason why I said Steve Kerr is because Steve Kerr looked like he gave a farewell speech at the last night at the presser when the Warriors lost. It was like I was like, get the violin out or get the man out. I mean, it was like I may not, this might not be. I mean, he was all of those words that said, "Where are you going?" Did they just tell you right when you came out ahead of the presser that you weren't going to be the coach next year?
I'll put in, since you guys are all putting in coaches, I'm gonna put in Coach Bud because Bud is a commit to defense type of coach, And Lord knows the Nuggets need to commit to defense. Like as good as Jokic and Jamal and them are, if we don't commit to defense, we clearly get beat.
Here's the
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in general.
Yes.
Coach Bud is a coach that's going to preach defense and harp on it the same way Malone was.
Before this playoff, if you asked me about our defense, I said, okay, we're number 22 in the league in defense, whatever. But we play a team defense. Well, a team defense is not no good when they're driving down in your lane and shooting baskets up and you don't have a rim protector because Peyton Watson, and we haven't mentioned him, is also hurt and on the bench. Okay. So between AG and Peyton Watson, those are our two best rim protector, cutting, drive, and get the passes from Joker guys. And we don't have them. Okay. All right. Then suck it up and win another way. And we just have not been able to get past that because we missing our shots as well.
Yeah. I never thought I'd be hitting the Najee drum so hard today, but I kid you not. I don't know how he played in game 3. He's the only person that brought any energy. And then he gets a coach's decision the next game is crazy to me.
Yeah. And Strother, too, he even brought him back.
And even Strother, it's like, dude ain't going to play no defense.
No,
we kind of are aware of that.
Not, but
at least he's going to shoot the ball. He might hit a 3 or 2.
And we needed that.
We need what he did for us in game 6 against OKC last year. Like we need one of those type of players and one of those breakthrough. Like the Nuggets almost like this. Someone said it again. I'm taking other people's points today. Sometimes you need an ace in the hole. You need something up your sleeve. Like the Nuggets have to win a series. Sometimes you need to bring some spark or get some. Like they got yesterday, 42 points from a guy that got a career high. You need something that's gonna be. Oh, well, we got a Hulk or we got an ace in the hole. You didn't see this coming. Oh, you got stopped all these things, but did you stop this guy? We need something like that in game 5 and game 6.
I know it's really silly to be honest with you what I'm about to say, but it is true. They also just need to make shots.
Yeah,
like
no, that's real.
I get it's good defense, but like Tim Hardaway going 0 for 6 from 3 yesterday. Like they're just missing shots too.
No, they're shooting.
I wouldn't trust CB to hit water if he fell off the Titanic, dog.
Yeah, he's been terrible.
Not hitting anything.
And they're leaving him wide open.
They do because they don't
respect him as a basketball player at all.
At all. Like they
don't respect him at all.
Or defensively. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so really, or defensively.
Here's our bench. Now we look at the 3-point shooting.
Now to Chris's point,
the stats.
We're scoring 9. We scored 96 points in back-to-back games. We are offensively struggling.
Yes.
Terrible.
And yes, a lot of that credit to Minnesota for their defense, but also at the same time, they are missing shots. They are straight up missing shots. Even I saw this on Twitter. That one that went viral after I think it was game 3. I think it was game 3 about how Jaden Daniels was locking up him 92 feet, right? Locking up Jamal. Jamal comes up the court, dribbling. He's getting hand checked the whole way, but he also is like he makes it up the court. He does 1-on-1, and then he kind of gets off. He makes him jump. Jaden McDaniels kind of contested. Jamal moves to the side, and he gets a wide open look. He misses the shot. Yes, it was good defense, but you still got a good look, and you missed the shot. Hopefully they get some home cooking. They're back at home. They're in their beds. Teams usually the role players play better at home anyway. Like, I don't know. I think the stage is set for a Nuggets revival, if you will.
That'd be great. And to your point about missing shots, and I guess even at a certain point we got called the yips for this team, how offensively bad they've been. Tim Hardaway had a wide open 3 and hit the side of the. He pulled the Paul George where you hit the side of the rim wide open. He hit one of those. So it's really just comes down to what you're talking about: confidence, focus, energy. All that needs to be there Monday.
And I think what you said too, Kyle.
Yeah.
You said it early on, and I'll repeat it for the folks who missed it the first time. Them winning will give them so much confidence back because, like, the sky is falling. The sky is absolutely falling. Like, the house is on fire, and there is no water in sight, right? But a win will give them confidence. They can look at each other and say, okay, picked it up. It could give you just a little bit of life. You know what I mean? And that's all you need. Just stick around. I think if you just stick around in this series, things will start to move your way because they are dealing with way more than you are.
But we're at the end of it. because we only got one more game to do it.
You didn't even say your point.
No, my point is this. The elephant in the room for me, and we're on the edge of it now with our shot selections and all that kind of stuff and the wide open shots. I'm not trying to be a hater here, and I think that Gobert is doing a great job rim protecting and all that. But this Rudy love that they like Joker is, has never ever seen Rudy and has never dominated Rudy until this series that I know of, because when he was at Utah, Joker would get him. Even all back and forth with Minnesota, he has never done this to Joker like this. This is because we are a snake bit, just what you said with our shots. A lot of these, it isn't even their defense. What bothers them, I think what bothers Joker and Murray are the fact that they're all over them. Okay, they are. And so they're not able to do what they do because they don't even care about everybody else. They can send 3 people at Joker and 2 people at Murray and leave everybody else open because they're not hitting their shots.
And pack in the middle.
So now we have nothing to do. So we have got to start making our shots. I agree with that. That'll get us out of the hole. And we have to start understanding that this is it. Okay, the fire, the fight, pick something, whatever's going to, and slow down. They are rushing. They're playing so fast that they come down and they're already, they don't get to, they don't pick anybody up to slow it down, going that direction and coming back the other direction.
Trying to play too much fast break.
They're trying to play they're playing fast break, and that we do that, but not constantly.
You do it by getting rebounds and getting up the court.
Yes.
And getting stops. That's how you play fast break. They're trying to play fast break off made shots. Like Jokic literally got a shot, and they made a shot. He's throwing it 40 feet down the court.
Like it's 82 games.
Like it's game 62.
Yeah.
I guess the other thing, I thought you were gonna make the point.
Go for it.
But the last team to come back from 3-1,
Denver,
was the Nuggets.
Yep.
And the last team before that was
Denver.
Yeah.
So we have a track record of being able to do this.
And like Chris said, if there was a time for another team to win a 3-1 series while being in position to it, the Nuggets are there because of the situation they get. Does it mean they're going to?
No.
Like I said, at this point, I don't have as much faith as I would have had throughout this.
2 games ago.
But if you tell me Yoke and Maul and they actually they're engaged and playing, that will go a long way. That'll go a really, really long way in them doing this correctly.
So can we go to other completely Debbie Downer and go this other direction? Okay. Say we don't do it and the Minnesota Timberwolves moves on, right? I believe that, I know this is terrible what I'm going to say, it would serve the NBA right. Okay, the reason why is because they will have a series where they don't have their main star and a running buddy, and they have to go to the Spurs there. And the reason why I say that is because they sent us, I know people don't like to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it, referees that got always are crosswise with the Nuggets. They give us Tony Brothers and Scott Foster back to back. Okay, and now not calling anything on Joker or anything on Murray. Murray in the first game got a good whistle. Okay, he did, but they were hacking him. They did the same thing to him in the next 2 games and nothing. Okay, Joker, I believe, and I'm gonna look it up. In one of those games, he went to the free throw line once. Okay, come on, you have 3 big bodies stopping him, rim protecting and blocking his shots, and nothing's going in around the rim for him, and nobody's fouling him. I don't believe it.
One last thing before we go to non-Nuggets.
I was going to say, I have one more too.
Go ahead, Chris. You can go.
No, I was going to say, I'm not going to add on to anything Jay just said. I'd let her have her crash out there with the refs. I was going to say, though, that everything is set up for the Nuggets. That's why I said, to your point about having faith, I had less faith starting this pod than I talking and listening to you all is giving me a little bit of hope. I'm kind of back on the Nuggets can win this in 7 train. And I think it's because that fight at the end, hopefully that sparks something. Going back home, hopefully sparks something. They just had to hit shots. Because once more, Minnesota scored 112. The night before, what did they score? They didn't score. You're holding them under 115, if you can get them down to 105 and you're scoring what you were averaging was 115, you were averaging 119 over the course of the season, you guys can do it. You guys came in shooting. You guys came in shooting well. Like the offense efficiency ticks up, the confidence ticks up. I think the Nuggets could make this a thing.
Yeah. I know we brushed on it, but we didn't get into it that much. The fight. The thing I would say is I love what Jokic did in that sense. Like I'm not a big unwritten rules. I actually kind of think they're kind of stupid a lot of the time. But I think Jokic literally was like, this is the perfect moment to set a tone for my team. He's like, you guys have been talking mess about us. You
And
guys
who it
been
was
doing all
with.
this.
And don't ever, it was who it was with too.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Jokic is like, this is a perfect moment to go confront this dude. We ain't scared of you, and y'all ain't won
What
nothing
dude?
yet.
Say the name.
Jaden McDaniels. He's like,
he said everybody else is government.
he's like, I'm not scared of you. You know what I'm saying? Jokic is like, bro, you can run your mouth, you can disrespect us, but I'm gonna show you in this last 1 minute, it was 1 second and point 3 that this series ain't over, and we still gonna be here to fight.
And
I
add to that,
appreciate
and
that.
I'm tired of your stuff.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
tired of yeah, I'm tired of
Like
it.
it's one thing for you to say something and disrespect us in the presser. That's one thing. Whatever. You talked your talk, you backed it up. Now you gotta disrespect us in the game.
After doing it years ago. That's the other thing. He's like, you gotta also think about precedent. Like Jokic remembers the last time he did it
But
when
my thing about it
KCP
is,
blocked him.
KCP
yeah,
blocked.
So Jokic is in the back of his mind is like, nah, you ain't just doing this against
yeah.
us.
But
No
now my
disrespect.
thing is, Jokic said, "Nah," and you just did on the court. Now go do it on the court. Go give
Yeah,
him 50.
that's what I'm saying.
Go
And
get
like
his
I said,
love. Go win it. Come back to Minnesota and win there.
but to my
That's
point
how
is
you.
like,
That's how you will really get at him.
it goes both ways. Like I also don't care that Jaden Daniels did it. Like people might hate it. I don't care. It's just like it don't matter. Since it's an unwritten rule, I don't care that he did it. And I love that Jokic pressed him. Like both of them make sense to me. Like he is who he is. Coach Da said, he is who he is. We know who he is. He's an antagonizer. He's gonna get in your face. He's gonna talk his mess. But guess what? Jokic will do the same. And that's all I needed.
So who's going to be their leader? Who's Minnesota's leader come the next game, game 5? Who's that leader on that court going to be? Because it has to be somebody.
It's the same guy that cooked us last time.
I don't think so.
It's gonna be him and
Nah.
him and Randall or him and
Just
Nas.
picked him up.
I think they got 3 guys that we gotta pay attention to.
They just picked that guy up.
I know, I'm just saying.
Got
He's
the-
been playing good. He's been playing this whole
break.
he's been playing good this whole
They
series.
did it. He got him from Chicago. They got him at the All-Star break. I don't know how he could be the leader. He might be their best scorer. He may be the one that got the most points in the last game. But to tell me an established team like Minnesota without Ant, I would say they used to would go to Mike Conley. Okay, but Mike Conley is just
He's an older guy.
older guy, veteran now.
There's 3
Rob
guys we gotta
Randall
watch.
out
The
there.
3 guys now is gonna be Julius Randle, Nas Reed, and the guy you just said.
Who will be the leader
Hey,
out of those guys? Y'all think
Julius.
the newest guy to the team?
Julius Randle. I've said it 3 times.
You
Julius
said
Randle.
Randall.
Well, we'll just cover all bases. I'll say both Nas and the other guy. Like you gotta watch all this.
So if I
Nas,
told you,
Nas,
okay, I'm just doing this.
The Zoom.
So if I told you it was going to be those 3 guys who y'all named, whoever it was, y'all think the Nuggets, as you know them, we talked about earlier, we don't know them, but the old Nuggets that we thought we knew can't beat those three guys. Really? That's what I'm saying.
But here's the thing. First, they got to get that confidence back. They got to get that feeling of the shot.
It's about them. It's not about the opponents.
No, it's about the Nuggets right now. The Nuggets need to find out who they are right now. Like, are you guys who you believe you are and who you've shown yourself to be? Jokic, Jamal,
So
all these guys.
they're in the tank.
No, I don't care if you tank, but you know what a funk's a funk. Like sometimes you are in a funk. The Nuggets are clearly are in a funk.
They are. And I think we've been talking for about half an hour now. And I think Kyle still has the best point. Like they sometimes just winning. One win they can breathe easier, they can sleep better, and the confidence comes back because they can look each other in the eye and say, like,
Pottery, I
we
can trust
we
you.
we found success on something. You can build upon that. Right now, like I said, it's a death spiral. There's gotta be something. And maybe that fight, when it happened too, can't underestimate that. They're walking in off the court with that adrenaline pumping. that hopefully that carries him
And
into the next game. I
and
don't
I
know.
like
We'll
that.
see. I'd like to the other point is we don't know this team well. Like I know how last year's team would have resolved to this. I know how the team year before that would have done this. I thought they were going to respond better after game two, after the words were said. They came out flat. So maybe the fight was just a fight and they come out flat again and their season's over. We will see.
I like that. Like it was either Jokic or Jamal. I think it was there. It was them together. I just don't know who initiated. I think it was Jamal. But like after that fight, Jamal came over and just like gave Jokic one of those like, I got appreciate you, bro. I got you. Like it was one of those like, bro, I'm we ain't done yet kind of dap ups. And AG was there too. So I'm like, hopefully that it's just that trust that they gotta have with each other. Like when Cam gets that ball, it's not a pump fake 3 times. It's shoot that rock, bro. Shoot it with confidence. You a basketball player. You made like you said, we shooting 27% in the fourth quarter. Like, bro, shoot with confidence. We your season's over if you miss it anyway. Shoot it with confidence and hope it goes in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, to the not Nuggets, where should we start? Should we start with LeBron
Yeah.
greatness? Yeah, I think we gotta start with LeBron's greatness. Because again, A, he's throwing alley-oops to his son. That was cool.
Yeah.
Two, they literally were down six, was it 6 points? Yeah, 6 points with 30 seconds ago. Was it Marcus Smart gets fouled, hits his 3 free throws. Then LeBron gets a steal, pump fake, dot, boom, hit him. So now they're up 3-0 in this series.
Yep.
After, I think they
It
won.
ain't too many 3-0s too.
Yeah.
The Thunder and their series, and
Yeah.
then the Lakers and the Rockets. Thunders are playing the Suns. 1-8-4-5.
I mean, LeBron.
And they're 3-0.
I think when we were going around the horn, I would have for sure said it. I think we mentioned it, but I knew the Lakers were going to win this series. I had no doubt in my mind that I think the Lakers were going to lose the series, even with Luca and what's the name out. Because again, the Lakers were playing good basketball, and I can see it in LeBron's face kind of early. Like he kind of wanted this one. Like
It didn't hurt.
those
that
last
KD
3 games
not
of the
in.
season, LeBron was they're still playing good basketball. It was like LeBron was like, nah, I'm gonna show y'all. I still
It
got
didn't
this.
hurt that KD's not playing though.
I mean,
Right?
KD can
Okay.
play. Here's the thing about KD, and this is no disrespect to KD. This is real. I'm trying to say this without KD is like a guaranteed bucket getter. So you expect his points to be, you can pencil him in for 20, 30 points every game, anytime. But his points aren't always like feel like they're gonna kill you points because you just know he's gonna get his 30. Like you're already mentally there, like, okay, he's gonna get his 30. Who else is gonna score? And that's been like that for a long time. Like, even when we played Phoenix, we knew that KD was gonna get his 30, Devin Booker was gonna get his 30. That's 60 points. Where are those other 60, 70 points going to come from?
Now,
That's basically what I'm saying with KD. And his teams have been like that a lot of times where it's like him getting points doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to beat you in a basketball game.
so then we could. I mean, I know that's the West we talked about. Well, we did get flipped that same theory then over to the other side with the Cavs and the Raptors. They have James Harden on the team,
Yeah. And
and
the same way with Donovan. I think Donovan and KD actually both have that same effect. Like them getting buckets doesn't make the outcome feel like you're in or out of the game. It's like they're gonna get their 20, 30 points. Donovan's had a great series. And yet still it's a 2-2 series.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Knicks are the ones. Knicks are in trouble. They need to tighten up. They did get that dub last night, so the apologies there. But when you look around, you got the Lakers who are on, could finish the sweep tonight. No KD. You got the Thunder who are just cakewalking. They're guided with the refs. The East has got some knockout drag out series going on right now. Boston, I believe they just won this evening, yeah? So Boston got the dub. They smacked them around a little bit. They're feeling confident, you know. They'll probably close that one out in five. The Knicks Hawks is a good series because another pickup at the deadline. You see a trend here. I'm a Nuggets fan. I don't know. I forgot how it feels to make a move at the deadline, but like them going out and getting CJ McCollum from the Hawks, like or from the Wizards, try to say in that Trey Young trade, that's paying so much dividends right now. And he's giving them the Trey Young buckets if you really want to get down to it in some form of way. And then you have the Raptors. That series is now
yeah,
interesting. And it's
Pistons
like,
Magic.
yeah, you have the Raptors coming back and it's like that's the same kind of concept. and
Scotty
they
Barnes,
need to
bro.
tighten up. And then
Scotty Barnes hit all his free throws down the stretch.
Yeah,
yeah.
the Raptors game.
I like to your point, that's crazy. Like LeBron throwing alley-oops. That little Bronny 5-0 run was
That was
Yeah,
that was cool.
that was
Like
legacy.
even
That
I
was
feel
legacy.
like even as like a LeBron hater,
in the
I'm not.
playoffs
But
too.
if you
So,
are a hater of LeBron, like even that you had to have some respect.
Stephen A.
Like come on, like how do you not respect that? Like
Bro,
that's like
and
that's so cool. Like he's in here dogging on the road on the playoffs, getting setting up a pick so his son can hit a jumper.
it was
You know,
given like
then
Mike,
then
bro.
he makes a steal and
It
then
was
he
given.
throws an alley oop up to his son who does like a little underneath the thing. You know, like that's
It was, it
crazy.
was, it was given like Mike, bro.
I don't know what you're saying. Like that's
Remember, like Mike.
I
Remember, like
felt
Mike,
that.
when my man took all the power from his shoes, but then
Yeah,
Alvin Cambridge was still able to get some buckets.
yeah. Yeah, and then he hits the game winner. So, I mean, as long if Luka comes back healthy, I'm praying for that because I think the Lakers playing well right now could take out OKC. I would love that. I just
you
would
do think so, huh?
no, I just
Wow,
don't
that's
want
that's a
OKC to win.
mouthful.
I don't want OKC to win. So no matter whoever they're going against, I want them to win. Even the Lakers. I'm sorry, I hate OKC more than Lakers.
Yeah, I would rather the Lakers win than OKC. I'm not gonna even lie.
So if the Nuggets win, lose, shall I say? I don't want Minnesota and I don't want OKC. So whoever can get rid of them, and then I don't care who wins at that point.
I don't think you have to worry about Minnesota. We're their championship right now. Because I mean, way they, unfortunately, and nobody ever wants anybody to go down. I certainly on this podcast. I can probably say most of us we have some respect, good respect for Aunt Edwards.
We're
Okay,
being
and
honest, like
then
those are two players on their team that I like.
Ant's one of my favorite basketball players.
yeah, so we're not looking for him to get hurt at all or DiVincenzo. But now that you lost those two and let's say you beat the Nuggets and you go on to this next round and looking like it's probably going to be the Spurs. They're 3-1 lead right now, okay? So they need one more game over the Trailblazers as well as the Trailblazers has played them. I think they have. They're going to play the Spurs, and that's why I said it would serve. I'm going back. I know you said you don't want to hear, but I'm just going to tie this up, not for you, and I'm not going to say it anymore. Maybe okay, that it would serve the NBA right to have not, just let us play this series that we are in. As bad as we played, and we might. I'm not saying that it would change anything drastically, but it would at least have been differently that you would get teams without helping or not helping or whatever you want to call it to go to the next series and try to win against that 2 seed, okay, the Spurs. But now you're going to have a half going team in Minnesota if they win, and that series is just going to be another cakewalk for the 2 seed. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean Nuggets got to show up though. Any other series that you're looking at? Boston took a 3-1 lead.
Yep, they did. Every 31, and then the Knicks and Hawks 2-2. It's the Knicks they got their game. They did something the Nuggets didn't do. They came in looking just like us, but they did win that at game 4.
Yeah.
And so now they feeling some kind of way about they have a shot. Well, we
And
evened it
Knicks
up.
have been in every game. Like the Nuggets, we was only in 3 out of the 4 games. Like we wasn't in that. We got killed in game 3, and then last night they were kind of out of it, but they were in it for a good chunk of it. So as long as we're in the game, we can make some plays. I think that's what the Nuggets need to do. And like I
Y'all
said,
don't want to talk about Detroit just struggling with the Magic?
I have no clue what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
We don't know who they are either, huh?
Detroit did lose their boy Cade for a month, and
Yeah.
he's still probably getting up to speed.
So health
Is
and
what-
not congealing and playing around will influence how you play in the playoffs. Because that's what's happening in Detroit. You made the point. I totally agree. That is exactly what's and putting him back in there and getting him going, because they're having a lot of trouble for a 1-8 seed.
I'm telling you, only teams that's really playing with their food is the Nuggets, Cavs, and Pistons.
Yep.
So we gotta do what we gotta do.
Because the Knicks fixed themselves.
Knicks,
because they
that was
were
a big
playing with
win.
their food.
I mean, shoot, if the Nuggets won last night, we would have been right.
You
We'd
said
been perfect.
yeah.
We'd been perfect. This podcast would have sounded completely different because we'd be like, yeah,
We're
you know,
even.
2-2, bad game.
3
Got killed by
go, yeah.
came back, won a game
I
against.
don't like the way they played, but
They haven't played good.
They better get better now.
They can win this game at home, go up 3-2.
Yeah, but we're not saying that because that's not the case.
Yeah. But anyways, Chris, you have anything else? 2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes remaining.
Hey, 2 minutes remaining. I wish I had some more, but it's just like
we don't have anything.
No Nuggets, not just. I was like, hopefully Nuggets just keep going and we can do that. I mean, what you got? You guys have anything good?
I do. How do you think the world is receiving these playoffs? Do you think they're interesting? Do you think that they tune in for a game series that they really, 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 really love, or is it just because there's other things going on. We could talk about the abs, but the hockey playoffs, and there's other things going on. Baseball started and they're heating up. Do you think that the world is viewing this as deeply as we have been?
So the viewership is up. I think the fact that it's being played on so many networks, sometimes it's hard to watch.
Let's talk about that.
So I think people are kind of upset about that. Especially even like the fact that ABC, which is a basic channel, you can't watch it on Comcast. So it's like it is getting a little bit obnoxious on how to watch the games.
We're gonna stream it. The people.
But you can't watch ABC on Comcast?
No, not in Denver. You cannot. I think it's all. I don't know if it's all over the country, but ABC didn't got a deal.
ABC used to come with the television.
Yeah,
that's what most people are trying to figure out why that's even a thing. Mind you, you can watch ESPN if you got packages and stuff. So it's just all foolishness.
Yeah, it is. So that's one of the things because sometimes it's on Peacock, sometimes it's on Amazon Prime, sometimes it's on network, sometimes you got to stream it. It's a lot. And it costs money. And so I just was wondering how it's getting received. If it's just us sports fiends that are, interested. It's going to be interesting to me to figure that out because if the NBA will have to figure it out.
Yeah. And I mean, it's been interesting too. Ooh, LeBron almost, yeah. Is he good? My bad. I'm looking at this game like, yes.
He's looking at he's on the live feed. LeBron is holding his elbow.
Oh, he's good. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I was just going to say.
Lakers game. Lakers 15. The Rockets 13. So
I think you also got to think about it. Like the NFL draft came up this week too.
Yeah.
So I think that Thursday was crazy. You had like all these games, all these different places. Plus you had the NFL draft. It was just a lot going on sports wise. But like I said, the ratings are up. So I mean, I think this has been a good playoff series. And as you said, even if you thought the Nuggets were going to win this series like we did, they're down 3-1. So now you're interested in that series. Our series has been pretty interesting for people. Like even last night, like. You thought this, like, think about how crazy that game was viewership wise. A, you might have been streaming it. B, midway through the game, there's a White House shooting.
Yeah.
And then White House correspondence shooting. Then you can't even watch the game because now some people were like literally just had the president on. Then you have this fight that breaks up out at the end of the game. The game itself was is a crazy game. So like there's so much of that going on in the game. Or like we just said with LeBron where they come back with 6 seconds to go. So like these games have been crazy. We didn't really talk about the Thunder and Suns series, but like that's been a whole bunch of fighting on the courts and antics and people cussing each other out and all that. And the refs, we're getting a typical Thunder series. So there has been a lot that's been going on just in this one round.
I think it's interesting. I think there's a lot of good storylines. I will also say this to the Nuggets, $847 if they want to catch the next flight to Cancun on a Tuesday morning.
Goodness.
So there's a United flight at 7 from Denver to Cancun, one way nonstop.
Don't take it, Nuggets. Don't take it.
7:53 a.m. They get in at like 12:58. It's you get in. It's gonna be warm and tropical. So you guys obviously
Chris,
go to
Lonzo Ball's got the pina coladas ready for everybody.
I'm saying you might be probably the first team. So you could get there. You could be on like the welcoming committee. So like could be you.
And Dot already confessed that he said Nuggets in 5 or 6, right?
Yeah, I did.
I said Nuggets in 5 for strong, and then 6, if I had to say it. So I was wrong as well, obviously. And what about you, Chris?
I said Nuggets in 6.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm only
We're all,
one game off.
if they're going to
I'm
win
only
the
one
series,
game
we're
off.
all wrong.
We only have one option now.
I still
Nuggets
just I
7.
stand on it. I stand on it. If the longer the Nuggets just stick around in the series,
Clearly.
it's gonna break their way because they don't have now they're operating with the hand behind their back, and that's you cannot get punked. That's done. You guys have to hit shots. The role players have to play well, and just to your point, Kyle, Dot, go out there and win Game 5.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
we'll
I mean,
then
they
we'll go
won.
back to Minnesota and we'll see what we have to do there. Because if you get to Game 7, like as everyone knows, the Game 7s are a crapshoot, and it's gonna be at home without their
Yeah.
best player. I'm
Yeah.
saying you just stick around, just go get 5.
Yeah.
Good 5.
We'll
Go
go
get
from
5.
there.
All right.
Go get
Well,
5 and we'll go from there.
the Just Nuggets podcast. This was a great conversation. Like Christoph said, there's some hope.
And you can
Hope
find
left.
us on.
And you can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Threads. You can find us on all podcast platforms under the Just Nuggets podcast brand.
X. We can find
Yep,
us.
X. From the Just Nuggets podcast, as always.
Go Nuggets.
Go Nuggets.